tired of being called a white guy. You see this paper? This is white. Do I look anything like this?
Speaking of which, this shoe is black. Do I look like this damn shoe to you? We need to get to the bottom of this.
The wonderful shows, imaginary fun, learning Emporium Palooza Extravaganza Hour for kids.
Hello kids, I'm the color red, and I brought my friends to teach about them. They're the colors of all the things you see, and red is me, the color of awesome things, like hearts and roses and Mars, but most importantly, blood, 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 blood.
The problem is that you think that black people are a monolith. You think that they all have the same reactions to everything, and it's just not true. And like you said, that's actually racist.
Hi, I'm orange like mac and cheese. Let's name other orange things now, if you please. You got pumpkins and tigers and the desert sand.
Prescription bottles
are your orange friends. La 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 la.
Chill.
What are you doing?
What I was born to do.
We're not a monolithic group. When white people can be all things, and Asian people can be all things, and Latinas can be all things, black people are the same. There's some of us that are conservative. There's some of us that are kind of in the middle. There's some of us that are super left. There's some of us who believe this, and there's some of us who believe that. There are some of us who are super educated, and there's some of us who are super, just like you. Basically, just like everybody else. So you don't get to put us in a box. You're definitely not putting me in a box. You don't get to do that. What's the purpose of free thinking? And then you don't let anyone think the way they want to.
As you can probably guess, yellow's pretty fun.
John
You
Dad.
can find it on a bus or the race
John
to the sun.
Dad.
If you ask me, yellow's number
Liver
one.
failure.
You like yellow and sour,
John
then
Dad.
try a lemon. John Dad! Dang it!
People from the Western world refer to humans from sub-Saharan Africa. We generally use the umbrella term black to describe their racial makeup. This sort of implies that all Africans are one homogeneous racial group that all get along just fine, but this doesn't nearly come close to giving justice of the situation. And I will admit that I'm guilty of doing that too, but it's purely out of convenience sake. Now, if you go to Africa and ask someone what race or ethnicity they aren't going to say, oh, I'm black, just like 99% of the people in this country, unless it's one of the westernized countries like South Africa. I mean, there are thousands of different ethnic groups in Africa.
Not a new idea, but it's just now sticking into my consciousness, the idea that black history, I'm so funny. Black history is a scam. It makes no sense. The whole idea is saying that if you're black, your history is you were a slave. That's your history. But we were slaves for 150 years. 300 years ago, meaning that it has been more than double amount of the time that we were slaves since we've been slaves. Yet that is our identity. Yet that is what society wants and culture wants us to be remembered by and us to remember ourselves as. And even if we're not even talking about time frames, how much more to the black race was there before this 150-year period? How much more, how small of a part of our history is that really, but how large of a part is it touted and lifted up?
I once ate a bug that was the color green, but the ER said it was a poisonous thing. So that explains why I threw up green, and inside that green, there were chunks of green. I bet you wish you had listened to green. Hooray!
Not people who are complaining about what they didn't have or what they should have.
I mean, just having a bad personality is a terrible thing. I'd rather be black, have a great personality, certainly in this year, than white with a bad personality.
Get off of that. Stop that. Stop that. Forget about that. Stop that.
You know, you're right.
Stop that.
Well.
Why didn't you change that one? I like that verse.
The ocean is a place where creatures live. It's a deep blue sea.
And it'll kill you to death, especially if you're on Titanic, so let that sink in. Pun intended.
Don't blow this for us, man. Come on.
So for anybody thinking black people need to stick together, let me ask you, so if black people say, okay, let's come together now to form a coalition, whose ideology reigns? Is it the black Muslim? Is it the Hoteps? Is it the black LGBT? Is it the atheists? It doesn't work. people are not assembling by color as much as people think. That's why you got white people yelling at Hillary Clinton on the news every night. If all white people sticking together, how you got Democrats and Republicans? How you got libertarians and all of this? I saw a white man say something so profound on Twitter, I wish I would have retweeted a screenshot. I never found it again, but I never forgot it. He said, as a white man, I got the privilege of thinking for myself without being accused of being a traitor to my race. How's that for freedom?
Purple is the color of many pretty things from a lilac.
Hooray!
Last time I checked, black was a fucking color, not a race.
And why does it matter that they need to know for a job? Why do they need to know your ethnicity?
I'm still stuck on the fact that how you be a color? Everybody else got a nationality. Where's our nationality? We black, which ain't even black. Nigga, we all shades of carbon. Melanin comes in many different forms of shades, but we're not black. Black is absolute. Black is actually the reflection of every other color.
Hello there. Damn. That's like a James Bond brother right there, son. Yo, no disrespect, British homie, no disrespect. But I thought you were just a regular black. I know you black, but you ain't black. I'm not a black. Now, he didn't base this on my complexion. Base this on my accent. How would he like it if he went to Africa and was like, hey, my brother? No. I am not your brother. Cause you are only black.
I guess it's my turn. There are brown things like dirt. I can't remember the words. Please don't hurt me.
As I apologize. Please forgive us. With this prayer, I acknowledge the depth of the evils that have been perpetrated against black people in America. From slavery to lynchings to white supremacist laws to the denial of voting rights to all the ways, both large and small, all of them evil, all of them wrong, for all the oppression and all of the injustices. I apologize. Please forgive us for the denial of any civil rights, for inequalities in criminal justice, to any instances of police brutality, to the denial of opportunity, for economic injustice, for any ways that a racial element has played into the perpetration of injustice. I apologize. Please forgive us.
Stop that. Forget about that.
It's a good.
Stop that.
You know, you're right. It's actually,
Stop that.
well,
White things include
All broken bones
and Dove sandpaper.
and rabies foam.
There's ivory.
Worth a lot of money. If you want to buy some, then email me.
Hooray!
You complain about you guys are discriminated against the most because of all this racism, and here you guys are doing it to yourselves.
it's actually,
Stop that.
well,
Black is the color of emptiness. I feel it in my soul because I'm an emotional mess.
You have quote unquote black people calling themselves black when people ask, what's your culture or where are you from? You guys are just the most retarded people I've ever seen on the planet. Look around you right now. Find something black. Now put your hand against it. Are you black? Are you black? You're not black.
Stop that. Well.
Take care of the body. Shove them up a kid's nose or something.
Back to normal! I'm so honored to meet you. I will be honest, I'm just looking at Lando Calrissian in my mind, and Lady Sings the Blues and Mahogany, and just, right? That's all I mean, just incredible. So you did start, as Whoopi said, in the industry at a time when few people of color were on TV and in movies, and early...
Everybody's a people of color.
Yes. Well, a black man.
Well, a brown-skinned man?
Brown-skinned man.
I'm the last crown in the box you see, and the color that they assigned to me is this! Just think about that for one moment.
Those teachable moments. How can parents explain in the best way to their children about their race and about other races?
Well, one way is to stop using the word race, which we know is a social construct. It's a meaningless term. Talk about people in terms of their ancestry, their history, their culture, how they see themselves in terms of their ethnic origin.
Remember, it's better to tell the truth.
And that's no lie. Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.